We're back!
Yay!
We're back for another Dragon Plus.
What? How did this get weird?
We broke Pelham. We broke Pelham. Continue on.
We were having so much fun last week. We came back into the studio.
Yep.
We wore.
We wanted to relive the exact same moment.
So we put on our same outfits.
Yep. I didn't even wash it. I didn't even wash it.
I've been in the same outfit this whole
Filthy.
week.
Time, yeah.
True.
I'm still drinking the same can of Talking Rain.
It's very flat.
Mostly spit right now.
I was going to go peach nectarine, but you know. It's, So, I'm your host, Bart Carroll. With me again, Bill Benham and Lysa Penrose. Welcome back, everyone. Last time we were creating material for a D&D adventure that will be on sale on the DM's Guild for Extra Life, the charitable outreach program benefiting Children's Miracle Network hospitals. I do a bit of design work with the help of a great many people, and I need a great amount of help from a great many people to pull together, which is why I asked you both to return again and join us.
So happy to be here.
Yeah. So what did we design last week?
Why, last week we designed Larry, the Neo Udyug, who is a magnificent specimen of Neo or new Udyug. It's pretty cool.
Some of us designed the newest OTG, which some might say is more fantastic for many reasons.
How tall is the Neo or Adiog's top hat?
Oh, it's just the top hat or the whole creature with the... It's at
Just the
least
top hat.
just the top hat. I'd say probably at least 3 stories. It depends on which newest
That's a big
OTG is wearing it. Some of them wear many top hats stacked on top of each other to reach that height.
Have you ever heard the expression a hat on a hat?
I have not, actually.
It just,
That
it
just
kind of
sounds
means
like
you've
So
got...
gilding the lily?
Yeah, like you're over-accessorizing at that point. Hat on a
Wow,
hat.
that's really judgmental. It's not even here to defend itself.
That's. I'm glad that's
Isn't
where I
it
was
though? 'Cause
going.
Pelham's going to put it up on the screen. There he is. He is here to defend
Yes!
himself.
Yes. Hat on a hat.
Oh,
There you go.
So just keep going all the way to the top there. I think the Neo or Adiog wears a top hat factory as a top hat.
Yeah.
That is so meta.
Yeah, it makes it really hard to navigate through the sewers that are its lair.
Yeah. So no, it
It
doesn't.
mostly
just
it
sits there.
travels like head down, using the hats a bit like a lance.
Oh, like a tunnel borer.
Yeah.
That's how you create
So if you
subway
see like the
tunnels.
top of a giant top hat coming at you,
Dun,
run,
dun.
run. That thing's got
Dun,
50
dun.
in every stat except
Yep.
for charisma.
You know his favorite movie?
I feel like
Chud.
It's got to be Goldfinger. Odd Job. And the top hat.
Oh,
Does
sorry.
the Neo Adiog's top hat? Can you throw it and cut people's heads off?
yes, because I feel like with its 50 decks, it'd be really good at that.
Plus that size of a top hat. It would
Yeah,
just crush
yeah.
people.
It's just it's not even like razor sharp. It's just bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. It's just like throwing a house at somebody. Like, thwomp.
Yeah.
See what fantastic things we've designed already. And moving on from that
For the kids.
fine.
As awesome as that is.
So we've created a monster last time. For this adventure, we're also going to create a new magic item. And we thought the adventure does have the appearance of Mogadam. I'm going to mispronounce that completely, but Mogadam was a Sararak's architect for the Tomb of Horrors.
Oh.
Okay.
So Mogadam will be making an appearance, and in game lore, Mogadam had a magical sword called Ruin Blade. Now, the good thing about creating a new version of Ruin Blade is there's been multiple versions of Ruin Blade already, so we're not, I would say, beholden to exactly what's come before, but what we want to make Ruin Blade to be.
This is Ruin, R-U-I-N.
Ruin Blade,
Okay.
yes, as opposed to Rune Blade.
Yeah, like Bill ruined this monster. Okay, like that. I can see you on the screen.
Oh, hell.
So, in a past issue of Dragon Magazine, Bruce Cordell did an earlier version of Ruin Blade, and it was a magical sword And if it hit non-magical, non-living objects, it could destroy them as one of its properties. In a later version of Tomb of Horrors, there was a 4th edition sort of return to Tomb of Horrors, which took place in the future. Mogadam had become this undead entity haunting the tomb. And that version of Ruin Blade was anti-undead because Mogadam was against Acererak at that point. Which was odd because Mogadam was also undead, but it did damage, extra damage against undead. It could cast darkness around itself. Mogadam used it as its phylactery. So it's kind of gone all over the place.
Wow.
In this version of the adventure, the idea is that Mogadam is still a living human.
Okay.
Not as powerful as he becomes in later versions of the game, but still a magical sword suitable for an architect of the Tomb of Horrors with the name Ruin Blade.
It's got to ruin stuff.
Yes.
Let's ruin this thing.
Yeah.
So, again, we're going to dive into D&D Beyond. It's a handy way to create such things. We're going to go into my homebrew creation. Oh no, I could have gone right there. Let's try that again. And we're going to create a magic item, and to use as a template, we're going to use Black Razor. Yeah. Create. Which was my favorite magic item as a kid. In part because it was highly overpowered.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But also because the visual of it, if I remember right, it wasn't like a black-bladed sword with stars. It was like a window into space.
Yeah.
That's cool. I
And
want
so
one.
when you waved it around, you could see like the stars in whatever, it was like a window to.
I feel like that's dangerous because you could be like, distracted by the stars, just like waving it in abandon.
And it's sentient, so it could,
But with that said, what does Ruin Blade look like, and will that inform its features?
It was a great sword, and I think beyond that, we can do whatever we want.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've got Ruin Blade, Rarity, I'm going to assume will still be legendary,
That sounds right.
and still a great sword.
Mm-hmm.
Requires attunement, I'm assuming that'll be yes.
Oh, yeah.
Any attunement?
I would say non-good alignment.
Was he evil at that point?
He was probably lawful selfish.
Okay.
Awful selfish.
So any non-good alignment then?
Yep.
Okay. Oops. Any non-god.
Non-god alignment.
And it must be an adiug.
Non-good alignment must be Neoist Audiog.
We'll make some notes at the bottom for some optional abilities here. So unlike the adiug and the various fields for the creature filling out, there's not stats that we're modifying. There's not a great deal of fields that we're affecting. It's really the description.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess let me ask that. With your work with the Adventurers League and the DMs Guild, how do you both go about creating new magic items? Are there best practices or preferences that you personally have?
I'm always like very focused on the cosmetics of items, just because I feel like the flavor and everything is. I like to collect those things for my characters.
For me, it's most of the magic items I've created have been for Extra Life, and they've been for specific characters. So it was about learning, like looking at what was that person's character all about, and then designing something to that. But like what we're doing with Black Razor, it helps to just have this as a starting point, so you can kind of check the power level and just kind of see it just serves as a good point of reference. But like Lysa, I think it's really important to have a powerful kind of image or description, because that's going to make somebody really want to, like, and he pulls out a sword that's made of unbaptized babies,
So,
or whatever the case may be.
Hear me out. Black Razor is a window into space.
Yes.
What if
Oh God.
Ruin Blade
Get
is
ready
like
for it.
just a window into someone's room? It's always their room, and you can like walk around and see like all the different parts of it.
Does this person There's a high creep factor already, unless
Yeah.
this person is.
It's not so much Ruin Blade as like Stalker Blade
Stalker
or like
blade.
Creeper Blade.
Creeper blade.
Well, unless it wasn't the room, maybe it's a dungeon. Maybe it is a view into the Tomb of Horrors,
That sounds better.
or wherever.
Instead of like, I was looking for my dog. I don't know what I was doing. Swinging this by the room. Sorry. Oh.
It doesn't have to be a window into something. There are other options.
Well, you know what? We're gonna make some notes now,
Okay.
and then, as
Yeah,
mentioned
maybe we can
before,
pick one.
we'll revise.
Or since it's Ruin Blade, maybe the blade.
Ooh, me. Oh, sorry. I interrupted you. That was rude. Sorry.
Maybe the.
Such a polite argument.
Yes.
I feel like I'm 5 years old again.
You're in between the
on a family
politest
vacation.
Oh my god. So I would say like maybe the blade is etched with like runes of destruction. Seems pretty straightforward. Or maybe Ruin Blade's blade is constantly like nicked and chipped and rusting, but it just never falls apart. And when it strikes things, those things just kind of corrode and fall apart.
That's cool.
What were you going to say, Lisa?
I was going to say that maybe the metal of the blade, the reflected image, always shows like buildings and stuff in their ruined state, or people like as like skeletons.
Oh,
and
it's
stuff.
kind of like a mirror,
Yeah.
but it
Like
shows them.
entropic mirror.
Yeah.
Oh, I like. Yeah, these are all great options. We're gonna end up designing 3 distinct magic items.
Yeah.
I feel here. So it might be a window into the Tomb of Horrors, or perhaps, or whatever a Sarac sees at the moment. It's sort of his point of view.
A good way
I
to
don't know how that
spy
would
on
work.
Sarah.
We don't know where he
It's
is.
a
but we can
creeper
see what he
blade, but like a
sees.
really specific one.
Yes.
Yes, it's only for one person, and then that person's a lich. So
That makes it okay?
I didn't say that.
I'm sorry. This is a
Sarac's
different,
using
this is a
the
different discussion.
latrine. Move away.
We'll talk about it on Hot Mess.
Or the blade might appear ruined and constantly rusting, and its powers ruin whatever.
Like you couldn't even keep it in the scabbard because you put it in the scabbard just rots away. You just have to carry that bad boy
Oh,
around.
that's an interesting
Is
choice.
it only like non-organic, non-living stuff? Okay.
Well, in past versions, maybe there's a new version where
That's dangerous.
it does. As such, it can never.
You touch it. No.
Yeah.
Oops. Can never be carried in a scabbard. Or it is. This is like says you. Or Ruin Blade is a mirror of entropy that reflects its surroundings in a
State of.
future state of decay.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
I like all these. That's the problem, is now I like all of these options.
But I think we've accomplished some sort of strong visual.
Well, hey, here we go. We'll put this on the live stream, the not live stream. Whatever version we don't create, we heartily endorse somebody creating these super awesome weapons. Maybe there's
Publish it
more
on
than
Dungeon
one.
Masters Guild.
Yes, there you go. Maybe Magadan had more than one sword.
Maybe that's why there's so many versions.
Yeah.
Maybe their Magadan's minions might be given a version of this as well. All right, so we've started with a cause. So as with many things, Dungeons and Dragons, it feels like you start with the story, and then that kind of informs the mechanics of it. So
Yep.
That's also
I think that is great.
a fine approach. But straight up bonus-wise, Black Razor had a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls. Do we like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would add a 0 to the end, +30, but
Oh,
I'm helping.
Penrose!
So if we put up the +30 bonus as an ale cert,
Wow.
Not game breaking at all. fine. Like, I don't even roll. I just put my sword out.
Right.
And everything falls
on
it.
It's like a black hole.
Yes, there's Black Razor in the black hole. And the big bad creature automatically gets caught on the sword.
I win at D&D.
Or it might not be a plus 30 bonus to attack or damage. It could be a plus 30 bonus to whatever dice roll is least used. I don't know. Animal handling.
Plus 30 bonus to all D20 rolls.
Wow.
All right, so now we're getting into the power. These are the powers of Black Razor. Black Razor, devoured souls, which also makes a pretty fine power for the sword of a future arch. In D&D lore, Magadan became an arch wraith. So he might also be, and use the sword as its phylactery. So reduce a creature to 0 hit points. The sword slays the creature and devours its soul, unless it's a construct or undead. So its soul is devoured, and then the wielder of Black Razor got temporary hit points as far as that. So we can scrap all that. I think Soul Hunter probably doesn't serve. You're aware of your targets, but these are all Black Razor specific.
Yeah. I feel like it definitely needs to have some sort of ability where it like has the possibility to just destroy crap.
Yes.
Okay.
Like whether it's like if you crit or X number of charges lets you, I don't know, cast like something like Blight where it like just sucks all the life out of something.
So
Destroy crap.
destroy crap.
Yeah, we're done.
All right, thanks a lot, everybody.
So yes, so we want, and again, maybe we're going to take some notes for this one, and then we'll show you the final version. You have to experience the final version in the DM's Guild adventure.
Yeah.
But you'll see us. This is the design effort underway, and we'll see where it goes from here. And then we could put it up on social as well, if there's thoughts about how this is developing. So we wanted to. You mentioned Blight might be?
Yeah, I think like that could be cool. The ability to basically cast Blight.
Maybe able to cast Blight. Let's look at Blight. Let's see what you're proposing,
Or
Lysa.
it could be some sort of like Finger of Death, but Stab of Death. And it turns humanoids into zombies.
So Blight's a 4th level spell, which doesn't seem too inappropriate for a legendary weapon, right? You would seem to have that. So Blight allows you to wash necrotic energy over your target or take 8d8 necrotic damage on a failed save. If it's a plant or a magical plant, it takes maximum damage. So it's really against. It's an anti-druid spell here, Blight.
So maybe not the right flavor.
No, but something along those lines. So something maybe cast Blight once a day or disintegrate.
That's pretty much destroying stuff.
Yeah,
destroying
disintegrate. Like if you want entropy to take hold, that's a pretty good way to go about it.
So disintegrate is a 6th level spell. You can a thin green ray. That seems oddly specific that it would be a green ray, but a thin green
ray.
Green ray. Green play.
That's our new green play. Maybe there is a spellcaster whose name is Ray, and it's green. No, okay.
Dad jokes for everybody.
And he's thin. It's thin green ray. Springs from your pointed finger and starts smashing things to pieces, like in Rampage. No, the target can be a creature, an object, a creation of magical force. Must make a dex saving throw. On a failed save, it takes a crap ton of force damage, disintegrated if it's down to 0. Or, I think this is the part that might be suitable. The spell automatically disintegrates a larger, smaller, non-magical object or creation of magical force. So I kind of like that.
That actually is pretty cool.
All right, so maybe would it be...
Basically, like the effects of a disintegrate spell only you have to hit with in melee to
I
trigger
would
it.
use language from that spell, but not have it be like
Or
you
like-
cast disintegrate.
Yes, or like on a crit, boom, that happens.
Ooh, like do they not even get a save? They just get disintegrate.
Ah, they just take that disintegrate damage on a crit.
But that's against a non-living thing. So how would you work the mechanics of the attack roll? Again, maybe you can just do that automatically against non-magic things every so often, once a day, once a week. But then on a crit, you can use the full disintegrate.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
All right.
And probably put like a hit point damage threshold on how the items that can be affected in such a way.
That's crazy.
Against.
You could just like touch a temple and disintegrate the whole thing.
Well, a 10 square foot.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or the top
Or like a
hat.
tiny temple, you could disintegrate.
Tiny temple.
Or the large top hat of the Neo or Audio.
Oh, that's tragic.
But it's probably
That's all he
about
has.
10 square feet.
He also has a monocle and ribbons, thank you very much. Lives a full life.
It's true. He's all about that top hat, though.
Yes, all about the top hat. Audacity.
Well, we're gonna get to the real. We want to get to the part we really want to get to, which is, of course, the personality of the sword.
Oh,
So yeah,
So I think we like destroy crap.
strike crap. Some sort of take on disintegrate. I think for sure.
Yep. Take out a cigarette. And then the personality is like Eeyore.
Aw, Eeyore.
Okay.
Oh, he's so sad.
I guess I'll go into combat today. Just gonna melt everything.
I hated Eeyore.
What?
As a child?
I was a poo man. Pooh Bear man. He had a sweet tooth. Just wanted honey. Not particularly.
This is
I'm
Bart at his
laughing
desk.
because Pelham is laughing.
Have you guys ever seen like a 3-year-old or a 2-year-old when they're potty training? They
P-
go and hide behind the couch. and they crouch
POOH.
down. They crouch down. They look at you really intently, like, "Hey, Daddy, Mommy."
We did the audio last time. This is totally different. For that.
I like the Eeyore personality. Also, I think you're a monster. You know?
I've read those books to my son all the way from start to finish. They end on a really sad note. Christopher Robin grows up at the end of the Winnie the Pooh series.
It's just life.
It is, but he wrote that. I couldn't believe that was part of the book.
A. Milne, World War I veteran. He was like, "That's life, kid. You grow up, you leave your toys behind. Go fight the
Wow.
Huns." Hey,
I'm not laughing anymore.
Oh yes. We are moving back on to the funny sentience. So Ruinblade, is Ruinblade sentient?
heck yeah, Ruinblade's sentient.
All right. So something like this. What alignment would Ruinblade be?
So Ruinblade is all about unmaking things.
Yes, in the service of an evil architect,
Yeah.
which is odd for an architect that it would be.
Well, sometimes as an architect, you got to destroy so
you
you can
gotta
build
demolish
something in its
first.
place.
Okay, that's true. Crumple up the designs you don't like and
Yep.
So is it ruining things in a chaotic nature?
No,
Or is
'cause
it
it's-
lawful about it?
feels awful to me.
Yeah, because an architect, generally would have like a plan for what they're doing. So,
It's like a
Following.
lawful evil.
or lawful neutral, like it doesn't care what gets destroyed as long as it gets destroyed.
Oh, that was the question I was going to ask. Right at the beginning, the attunement description is it has to be a creature of a non-good alignment. Does that limit the playability of a weapon like this? Because most characters would be of a good alignment
A
or
lot
a
of people
neutral.
are neutral.
Yeah.
Okay,
People
all
are
right.
neutral.
Just checking on that.
And we can always adjust the whole alignment restriction for players, or sorry, for characters too. If it makes, like when we're done, if it makes sense as, oh, this is a tool, like it's a tool that's just used for, it's like the jackhammer of swords, it just that gets rid of things, then no alignment restriction.
But it has its own personality. So.
Yes, so we could
Yeah,
start
so this might
influencing
affect-
people.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, it'd be awesome if we went and put a hole in that wall. Do it,
It's
Kyle.
Creeper Blade again.
Well, maybe that. Its personality. Does it want to destroy things?
Oh yeah.
I would love if it was like Eeyore and it doesn't want to, and it's just like keeps having accidents.
An accidental. Oh,
Yeah, like oh,
I'm so sorry.
that might be that might be too sad. That might be too sad.
It's very apologetic.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it.
Or like
I
just
didn't
like
mean.
an
I'm sorry. I
extremely
didn't-
polite.
I'm so sorry to get rid of this door. Like, I really am.
However, so it speaks with a voice like Eeyore. Oh boy, somebody spell that one for me.
It's like kind of deep.
It's Eeyore.
O-R-E, yeah. Like if you don't want to use Eeyore, you could be like, it has kind of a dolorous, like, okay,
Dolorous, good word.
I guess we've got to go to the dungeon today.
A dolorous tone.
Yeah.
Alternately, opposite end of the spectrum, super peppy.
Oh my god!
Yeah, really psyched to destroy stuff for you.
Like
Maybe it likes
Like Beth's
it likes
Switchblade in Rick and Morty.
puns or something. It just ruins a conversation.
Maybe it depends. Like, is it a morning sword, or does it have to warm up during the day? Like, it starts the day, needs a cup of coffee, has to destroy something.
Yeah.
Then it works its way up to
Yeah.
super peppy. Super peppy.
yeah.
Depending. It's moody. Depending on its mood. Anyway, we'll work with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Its purpose is to ruin things.
Unmake things.
It's to ruin and unmake existing objects. So
Just likes to clean up. Maybe it's a neat freak.
so that its owner can
Start with a blank slate.
start with blank.
Ooh, tabula rasa.
In this case, the entire world. So it's a very nihilistic.
Definitely.
sphere.
I feel like
Okay.
understanding its purpose is also maybe adjusting what I think its personality would be like.
Yep.
So it wants to ruin things, but in the service of its owner.
Yeah.
So the owner can put its stamp on the
Yeah.
world. So in that case, does its personality become Dolores?
Is it
Dolores?
is it like serving
Dolores.
Dolores?
is it serving the person who wields it, or is it encouraging the person who wields it to destroy all things?
Why not
Ooh.
both?
I think it's encouraging. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't see Eeyore doing that.
Encourages
Not to be really controversial.
to take an active role in this destruction.
Or is its personality like a motivational life coach? Believes in you. You can build a better world.
But that's kind of a good villainy quality. I mean, it's very kind of Avengers, Thanos.
Oh, very
sort of,
Thanos-y.
like,
Oh,
this is the way
yeah.
the world works, but because I love it so much, I need to make it better the way that I think it needs to be made better. So it's a grandiose, very grandiose view of the world.
Yeah.
It's a world builder.
World ender.
Oh, world ender / builder,
Builder.
depending on your point of view.
We don't
Depending
judge.
on if you're on the hilt or the blade of the sword.
Yeah.
All right. Blah, blah, blah. This is still material from Black Razor. From White Plume Mountain, it has a kinship to wave and whelm. It's got a hunger for souls that must be regularly fed. If it goes 3 days without consuming a soul, it begins to have a conflict. Maybe it needs to destroy so often. Every day that goes by without it destroying property worth 10,000 gold pieces. I don't know.
I think 10,000 gold pieces might be a bit high,
Okay.
but definitely set a floor value so that players can't just go, all right, here's a ball bearing. Beep. All right, you happy? Good.
Yes.
You know someone will do that.
I have some popsicle sticks that I'll apply to the blade.
Could you trick Ruin Blade if you built a scale model city and told it, you can destroy this whole city?
I would say
But the
no.
perspective is weird, right? It looks far. It's small because it looks farther away.
I would say
You
why
still have
not?
to touch it.
Like you're destroying something that was created so that potentially you can build over it. So I would say it's happy.
It just needs to
Good
destroy.
job.
I don't know. Minis take a lot of work to paint. I still feel like there's value.
I agree. That is the one. That's the one skill that I want to put on my to-do list for this year.
Almost like a handmade gift.
As a
More
learn-
meaningful for Ruin Blade.
Yes, learn to paint
You
minis.
just go out and find a city. You made it one.
Has an appetite for destruction. I feel like I'm pulling that directly from the tagline of an album.
Yes, that would be Guns N' Roses.
Appetite for destruction.
Who enjoys talking rain?
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, they don't.
Must destroy X gold piece of material, property,
Stuff.
stuff every week or comes into conflict with its owner. I would also like to learn how to 10-finger type.
It's
You
a
know
good
how?
skill to have.
I like to do my little
Beep, beep, beep.
2-finger hunt and peck.
So cute.
I never learned these things. It's better than the one fist.
Yes. Yes.
It's very slow.
That's
that takes
how
a lot.
That's how Merle's types. He's just like, oh, stupid.
Bam,
He
bam.
doesn't do that. He does not do that.
All right, so we've got our initial take on, not Black Razor, although it says that throughout, but Ruin Blade.
Ruin Blade.
Ruin Blade.
The sort of Magadam. We're going to take another pass at Ruin Blade, I think. We've got some strong notes that we've put down here. In the time remaining, is there anything else we want to add? We know kind of what it is, kind of what it looks like. Great options for that. Basic stats +3, but its powers destroy crap. And its personality and sentience.
I feel like I want to give it one other like little
Thing?
something. Like, can it detect undead or something?
Maybe it can help you detect, like, if there's a weak point in a structure, like, or a wall or something, like, it can detect that within X many feet, and like, hey, if you hit this wall.
So maybe it can help you detect if a target has a damage vulnerability.
Interesting.
That's cool. I like that.
Detect.
It'll be like, psst.
Your,
If you hit it with fire, it'll die quickly.
yeah, yes.
More efficient.
You could bring this thing. Detect Achilles heel, or whatever we're going to call it.
Yeah, that's in the player's handbook. Detect Achilles heel.
I always liked the myth of Achilles. He almost got away with invulnerability. Best of intentions, except for the one little bit. I also heard I don't know if it's an apocryphal tale, but when they were filming Troy,
Oh, God. Oh, Brad Pitt hurt his
Achilles,
tendon, yeah.
yeah,
That's true.
while he was playing Achilles. So
Cursed.
mess with the gods.
Look what you get.
Look what you
a
get.
busted tendon.
I like coincidences. I'm a fan of coincidences like that take place in the
It
world.
makes life feel a little like there's a plan, like
Good
a little more
weird.
magical.
Yeah, weird in a good way.
I would go in the opposite direction. It's like less of a plan. It's like, stuff's going to happen. Do you know what? No.
But it's like the stuff that's relating to, you know what I mean? There's,
I see what you're saying.
There's like
saying.
there's
Oh,
a
so you see what
narrative
Bart
to the
is
stuff.
saying. Oh, I see.
Well, we're gonna settle this out at Pelham's Hot Mess real soon between. Lysa
Yeah,
and-
because actually we both have one
Bill.
one L to the other. You won. You beat me in the first round of Lords of Waterdeep, And then the second round, which was ostensibly more challenging due to the greater number of options,
Perhaps.
you lost tellingly.
Was not last, though.
You were not last.
I'm sorry. What was,
How many times have you won the championship belt?
I have won the championship belt none times.
Oh. I'm sorry I brought that up. How embarrassing for you.
That is a lie, what you're saying right now. And I do not appreciate your ruse.
Who can say?
there we go. Ruin Blade in effect in this live stream. It has ruined the friendship between.
It's working as intended. That's a feature, not a bug.
All right, well, I think we're going to be pretty close to wrapping these things up here. I appreciate everyone staying tuned. We were not able to record a live stream, but we wanted to record this in advance to create some material, also in support of D&D Extra Life for this year and a forthcoming adventure. Look for it on the DM's Guild. We're probably going to release that much later in the year. In November, a little closer to the Extra Life official game day. We've got initial design underway. We've got it out with some of the DM Guild adepts, and thank you so much for all of their hard work and dedication, time, and creativity going into that. If anyone watching the live stream is interested in an advanced select to do some play testing for it, more than welcome. Feel free to reach out to me on Twitter, and we'll get you a copy. The more eyes that we can have on it, the better we can make it, and get some more funds raised for Children of Miracle Network Hospitals. So, Bill and Lysa. Lysa, where can folks find you these days? We did the introduction last week, and that was the worst wink I've ever done.
That was pretty bad.
Are you okay? What happened to your face?
Yeah.
Do you smell burnt toast?
I'm trying to
Bart?
figure out if there's like one eye that I can wink out of more
just
than
do
the
like
other.
and accidentally do both.
Like I Dream of Jeannie.
Anyway, you can find me at Merciful DM on Twitter, or check me out at lisapenrose.com. I'm doing all the things on Adventurers League and DM's Guild, and
I was going to say, by the time this airs, the first episode of Tales from the Mist.
Tales from the Mist. If you like spooky, tragic Ravenloft stories, we just started our second season, and you can check it out at talesfromthemist.com.
And Bill, where can folks find you these days? What are you up to?
You can reach me at Bill Benham 2. I'm at Bill Benham 2 on Twitter. As previously stated, I don't know who at Bill Benham and at Bill Benham 1 are.
I heard it's Lysa, and she's going to sell it to you real cheap. Real cheap.
Too late. I've established my identity as who does number 2 work for? So, other than that, you can pretty much find me here at work or at home. Those are the other two places I tend to go. But if you want to hit me up on Twitter, that's a good step to take. I'm also on Facebook, but I have that pretty locked down. So just go with Twitter and support Extra Life when you get a chance.
Do it.
All right, everyone. Thanks, as always, everyone taking an hour or slightly less this week, but an hour out of your time to tune in. Thank you, as always, to our followers, to our subscribers. Thank you so much to our moderators as well for all of the fine work that you all do.
You're amazing.
Stick around for Heroes from the Veil, depending on when this airs. I believe we'll be back on.
Stick around for stuff that's going to come next.
Maybe.
You're going to like it.
You might. All right, everyone. Thank you again. And we'll be back live one of these days. We will be back live with Jeremy Crawford in the coming weeks. So thank you as always.